What's up, y'all? It's Ty. I just won enough. I'm not going to say all my games, but I won enough games to secure my free 92 plus overall hidden gem card for this weekend in Showdown. Now, it only took me 4 games. Each and every one of the games, I didn't see it in the first game, but in each and every one of the latter games, it was on the right side. So it wasn't in the middle, it was on the right side for each and every one of those games. You guys can see it took me 4 games, which is not bad whatsoever. It is 3 times rep as well in Showdown, which again is a great opportunity for you guys to grind the game. So got my 4 wins, got my free 92 plus overall hidden gem. Meanwhile, guys, some of my challenges are getting done as well. Now, again, I'm not really focused on getting this stealth mode deluxe pack. To be honest with you, really don't care too much about this, but as I do grind the game, some of these things are going to get done. And then, later on one of those days, I just end up grinding the rest of it out. So that's kind of my approach, how it went for me. Now, out of this pack, I really want my backup power forward position to be secured. Now, if I do get a really good small forward, I could sell J-Rich. I mean, I do like J-Rich, but he would be the next guy to go. Otherwise, I'd take a big man or a power forward to help my squad out. Now, who are some guys that I personally really would want? Well, gonna go over some guys. Kwame Brown, I would take. Boncaro, I would absolutely take. Those guys would be 2 of my favorite guys to pick up today in this pack. Some other guys that I personally am relatively high on. Jonathan Isaac, I would actually fall in love with. Jaren Jackson Jr. There's a lot of guys, and that's kind of what makes this so difficult is the range of guys you can get out of this pack is massive. You could pull a 92 overall guy like Derek Fisher, a guy that's basically unusable that won't play. Or you could pull a guy, I'm just going to throw out another guy that I am a really big fan of. You could pull a guy like Larry Nance, who is an absolute beast on this game and would really level up my squad. So that's kind of the good and bad part of it is like, the good part is you could pull a really good player that could help your squad out. The bad part is you could pull a player that is absolutely useless and then your grind was basically pointless as well. Now, I do want to say I do like these type of events in my team. I think they're cool. I think they're a cool concept. I would like to see this able to be in any game mode. Now, maybe you wouldn't see as many shattered gems or whatever, shattered pieces in those other game modes after, the wins. But not everybody likes Showdown. And I get what 2K is doing, but not everybody likes Showdown. Not everybody can win in Showdown. And so it's kind of like a skill-based thing to plug this card in. 94 agility. Oh, boy. It's probably going to be a guard then. Point guard from the 76ers and not who I want. I mean, Eric freaking Snow. Eric Snow. I mean, I already got my point guard position solidified. And they want to give me Eric Snow, who is not it. I mean, defensively, the card's really good. But genuinely, and this is sad to say, Eric Snow is not better than Chris Paul. I mean, he's taller, but that's the only thing he is going to do better than Chris Paul. So I basically grinded all of those games for, I don't want to call him worthless because he still is okay defensively. But he's not better than Chris Paul. And at the end of the day, that's kind of the situation here is I needed a guy that would be better than the guys I have. And Eric Snow just isn't that. I don't hate Eric Snow. He is good defensively, but he's just not as good as the cards I currently have. Now, obviously, if I need a card for a defensive possession, I guess I could throw him in the game, but hey, he's worthless for me. So, I mean, I grinded all those things out for a worthless diamond, but I mean, it was kind of to be expected, genuinely. Like, for me, I didn't expect to get a usable card because my point guard position is pretty stout. My shooting guard position is pretty good at this stage. And so I'm pretty limited. And even if I pull a decent small forward, I don't know if they would play for me. So it's kind of tough at this stage to play for me. Eric Snow is fine. But again, he's just not going to ultimately make the squad. Now, if I sold Chris Paul, then maybe he would. But I just love Chris Paul. I think Chris Paul is an absolute beast on this game. Now, yes, Eric Snow is still 6'3". Maybe I'll throw him into the squad and see what he gives me because he still is 6'3". He's still defensively. He's going to be an absolute menace. It just really comes down to the sole fact that my point guard position is not a position I needed, solidified. And I mean, he's Eric Snow. His 3 ball is not super high. His hotspots don't look that bad. Oh my. Never mind. This card's got to play. Like, I mean, with this release, he's just got to play, I feel like. Maybe I'm wrong, but this release is absolutely elite. Now, I'm going to take you over the some more problems with this. Again, I like Eric Snow's release. It's absolutely elite, absolutely incredible, absolutely immaculate, and it might be the reason he plays. You guys are seeing that was on rookie. So let me turn this to Hall of Fame and see if the card still can green. But like, his release is so fantastic. And I know his 3-ball is not super high, but the release is so good. Defensively, he's going to be an absolute menace. I just feel like I've got to play Eric Snow. But the problem with this is this, and I want to talk about this because it is a big problem with where we are indeed at. The problem with Eric Snow is if I use this card, yes, he's free, but then I'd have to badge him up. And so when you're looking at applying badges to Eric Snow, here's some of the badges that I would want to apply to him, and then we'll talk about how much that would be. I would definitely want to probably give him set shot specialist at least. Then when you're looking at some of the other badges, you might want to give him limitless. You might want to give him, I'm just looking through here, brick wall. Maybe a badge like high flying denier, paint patroller, some of those defensive badges. So the problem with that is then you're looking at a free card and then you're going to spend a ton on badges. And is that worth running over a 10 Hall of Famer, Chris Paul? And at the end of the day, it's not. Like, as much as I like Eric Snow and his release, it just ultimately is not worth running. Now, what I could do, I guess, is run Eric Snow over Jason Richardson, but at the shooting guard, but it still is just not worth it. And at the end of the day, that's kind of the problem here is you got to have guys that are worth it for your squad. I don't hate Eric Snow. I actually think his release is super fluid. I think defensively he's solid, but he's not better than Chris Paul at the end of the day. As much as I like Eric Snow and his release and think he's got to play, he just cannot play on my squad. Kind of a sad situation, guys, that out of another hidden gem card, I got one that can't play. There's so many guys in here that I could have packed that could have played. Eric Snow's not bad. He's just not ultimately going to play for me. So that's the situation. That's where we're at. I like my squad heading into this weekend. We'll have a squad video coming for you guys today in a second. Again, I like my squad. I just wish I could have packed one more, pulled one more card to level up my squad in a big time way. That's gonna wrap it up for our video. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments, guys. Drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.